Okay, so welcome back. We have another question from Dynamics by Meriam, and we need to determine the initial acceleration of the 15 kilogram block if in the A part T is 23 newtons and in the second part T is 26 newtons. And the system is initially at rest, so no slack in the cable, and the mass and friction of the pulleys are negligible. So as always, we're going to start with our free body diagram for the block. So we need to show all the external forces that is applying to this block. So let's say this is our block. So we have the tension in the cable. Basically, we're just going to do a cut in here, and what we're going to have is the tension in the cable, which because we have the same cable that goes around the pulley, and over here all the tensions are the same, and the direction is to the right because the cable is always in tension, it cannot be to the left, and the other one that goes here is going to be in this direction, which makes 30 degrees. On top of that, we have the weight, which is 15 kilograms, so we're going to multiply by 9.81, which is our G, to get it in newtons. We have a normal force N here, and we can see, but by pulling this cable in here, the block tends to move to the right, so our friction has to be in the opposite direction, which is to the left, and that's going to be our friction. So that's all the external forces that are applying in this block, and as always, we're going to start with the assumption of equilibrium. So we're going to assume that we are in equilibrium, and if that's the case, we have our equilibrium equations. Sum of all forces in x equals 0 and for y is equal to 0. So I showed my x and y axis here. Let's start with the x. So basically we have 1, 2, 2t's, and also the x component of the diagonal one, which is this one. So basically we have 2t plus t cosine of 30 degrees would be the x component, negative f equals 0, and for sum of all forces in y, we're going to have n negative weight, which is 15 times 9.81 plus t sine of 30 degrees. So let's go with the A part of the question where the T is 23 newtons. So from the first equation, we have 2 times 23. Actually, we can factor 23 in here. I'm talking about this part. So we factor T, which is 23, 2 plus cosine of 30, and this will be equal to F, which is our friction. So F will be 23 times 2 plus cosine of 30. So this is going to give us 65.9 newtons. And let's see what we have for the normal force. So for the normal force, we're going to use the second equation, 15 times 9.81 negative t sine of 30. Sine of 30 is 0.5. So let's see what we get for this one. 15 times 9.81 negative 23 divided by 2. So yeah, the normal force is going to be 135.7. So now we have to check if this friction that we found is less than the static friction, which is mu s times n. So we have the mu s in here, which is 0.5. So 0.5 times n, which we found is 135.7. Let's see what we get for this. So 135.7 divided by 2. That's going to be 67.9 newtons. And because our F is less than Fs, that means the force F, or our friction, it doesn't have that much power to move the box. So our assumption at the beginning, which was equilibrium, was correct. And when we are in equilibrium, the acceleration is going to be 0 because the box is not actually moving. So that was for the A part. Everything's the same in the B part except we have 26 Newton. And the difference is when we the tension in the cable increasing, the odds of box moving to the right is increasing. And once the box is moving, the friction is no longer static. It's going to be kinetic friction, but we have to verify that first. So let's just plug in the numbers here. Let's see what we get. So for the B part, this time T is 26 newtons. All of our equations still are valid. So in this one, we're just gonna put instead of t 26, so it's gonna be 26. We're gonna have the same equation, 26, 2 plus cosine of 30 degrees, and let's see what we get for this f. So 26 times 2 plus cosine of 30. Yeah, so this is gonna give us 74.5 Newton. So our f is now 74. The second equation also has t, so because it has t in here, our normal force would be also different. So the normal force would be, so we have this one now. We just have to do, instead of 23, we're just going to do 26 divided by 2. Let's see what this gives us. 15 times 9.81 negative, basically 13. So that's going to be 134.2 newtons. And now again, we have to check the Fs here, mu s times n, 0.5 times 134.2. Let's see what's this value, 130.2, 67.1 newtons. And now we can see that our friction now is more than the maximum friction that we get for static, and that shows the block is actually moving to the right. And once it's moving, our friction is going to be kinetic, so mu k times n, and the coefficient is 0.4 times the n was 134.2, so 134.2 times 0.4. So our friction, or our F, would be 53.7 newtons. But that's not what the question is asking. The question is asking for the acceleration. And now our sum of all forces in x direction is not 0 anymore because we are not in equilibrium. And for the fx, this is the equation that we had. So here, so basically we have 2 plus cosine of 30 negative f is equal to max. This is our only unknown. The t is 26, 2 plus cosine of 30, and the f would be the f that we found. The last step, 53.7, and the mass is 15 kilogram times a, and this is going to give us the acceleration. So it's going to be this ratio of 26 times 2 plus cosine of 30 minus 53.7 divided by 15, and yeah, the acceleration would be 1.388 meter per second squared, and it's going to be to the right because the box is moving to the right. Hope everything was clear. Let me know if you guys have any questions. You guys take care. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.